student-athletes, Forde and Christina Salvatore with us. The Idaho SID is Seth Pringle. If you have any extra questions, you can direct those for him. Idaho's locker room is now open for the next 30 minutes, or not next 30 minutes, just for the duration of this press conference. A couple reminders before we get started. No flash photography is allowed during this press conference, and silence your cell phones before we get started here. Our first questions are directed for the student athletes. We have mics in the room, so if you have a question, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation, and we'll get a mic to you. With that, we'll open it up for questions.
Stephen Hawkins with the AP. I'd like to ask both of you. I mean, clearly it's an NCAA tournament game, but you're playing at Baylor. You're in this room. You see all the banners for their championships. What's it like having to come into another team's arena, especially a successful team like this, to play an NCAA tournament?
I would say it's something surreal that we've never seen before, but my freshman year we were at UConn and we played at Baylor here before. We played Louisville at Iowa, so being in big arenas, we usually have a tough non-conference schedule, and we're usually playing a ranked team or a high caliber team like that, so it's pretty cool to come and see everything again, but like I said, we've been here before, so it's not super surprising for us at least.
Yeah, same thing. We've been at bigger schools before, so it's really cool to go to those bigger schools and have the opportunity to play, but it's nothing we haven't seen.
Allie and Christina, talk about 3 out of 4 years and maybe how this one feels different or the same.
Can you say it with the mic, please? We're doing transcripts.
Talk about 3 out of the 4 years for you guys and how maybe it's different or similar this time around.
I don't know. Our team has a really close bond this time around. We just feel really close together, and so it's cool to be able to come with this specific team to the NCAA tournament and to share this experience together, I think.
I'd say the first year or two that we went, our freshman and sophomore year, it was kind of like the emotions were high of all of it, going to the NCAA tournament. Now that we're back, I think we're a little more, I don't want to say calm because it's super exciting, but we're a little more focused and we're here to win, and I don't know, it's more of a business trip as much as it is an exciting opportunity for us.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider for both players, Christina first, I guess, and Allie. Can you talk about the run y'all had in the conference tournament and how big that was, obviously, to get here?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, we talked all year about, tournaments what matters. We wanted to get that first round bye. So once we did that, we just went in there pretty focused, and we had Weber State first, which was a crazy game, buzzer beater. But I think that first game with all of our nerves kind of calmed us down for the rest of the tournament after that game. And then we had Eastern and finished with Idaho State, 2 teams that had beat us. So we were pretty motivated and hungry to beat both those teams. And our seniors stepped up. Allie stepped up huge. Our freshmen carried us through the whole tournament. They're shooting. So I think we all just came together and did what we had to do.
Allie and Christina, talk, watching the selection show, and then what's the seeding that you guys have received? How is that like motivation for you guys coming in here?
I think we were expecting kind of a higher seed, but the fact that or a lower seed, but the fact that we got a 16 seed, it doesn't make any difference. We're still going to go out there and play basketball. There's nothing you can do about it. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So,
I think from the success we've had over the past few years, I'm not sure exactly what the committee's, deciding on. I know we were third going into the tournament. Again, I'm not sure what they use, but I think we're expecting, like Ali said, a lower seed, maybe even like 14, 15. But we're here and we're ready to play.
Mitch Blomer, Waco Tribune Herald. This question is for both of you, Christina and Ali. Baylor defensively is very good at frustrating teams from the three-point line, which is where you guys get a lot of your offense from. In a situation where you find yourself, not having the opportunities that you'd like to have from the three-point line, how do you kind of plan on combating their size inside?
I think we've played teams that really try to shut down our three-point shooting. Obviously not high caliber like Baylor, but again, we've played, Duke, and we've played teams that know we can shoot and try to take that away. We've done a good job of, doing different things, attacking. They have size inside, but we have some pretty good sets and plays that get us open. So I think it's just going to come down to when we have our open shots to just knock them down.
Yeah, kind of like Christina said, we've played bigger schools that do know we have good three-point shooters, and I still feel confident that our girls are going to get their shots. So.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you, ladies.
All right, good job. See you later.
All right, we'll open it up now for questions for Coach Newlee. Raise your hand and say your affiliation, please.
Stephen Hawkins with the AP. John, kind of what your player said, how important is it that they're not overwhelmed by the surroundings and the fact that they have been in places like this and that, all the banners and stuff don't affect them?
Yeah, I think it's going to be huge. It is when we like they said, we've played a lot of, top 20 schools in the 4 years that they've been here, certainly. Here, we've been here before, just last year. So, the building doesn't intimidate them. The banners don't intimidate them. They understand we played the best of the best, going to UConn and having that kind of experience was overwhelming for them as freshmen. But now that they've been through the 4 years and been through the wars, I do try to schedule top 20 teams every year if we can get out there and play those type of teams just for this moment, to be able to get in a place like this and stay calm and understand, we're here to play basketball and not worry about the name on the chest or the banners up above the building.
Coach, I know the players answer this, but for you watching the selection show and maybe getting the 16 seed, maybe not what you were expecting, what does that do for you, maybe motivating the team?
Well, I think it should motivate them. I think that certainly, as a 16 seed, you always feel, disrespected by the committee. I certainly did. I thought our season this year was more deserving of that, and I look at some of the teams, that got 14 and 15 seeds, and I think we're better than they are. You look at the teams we've played in common with some of the West Coast teams like a Hawaii, and even teams that are, coming in sixth in their league. And the problem is, all we can do is beat the people that are in our league and beat the people that we play in the non-conference. And, I've heard from a lot of coaches, I've been doing this a long time, and a lot of coaches around the country that texted me or called me after that show came on and said, man, you got screwed, And, I have to agree with them. I just think that it's tough. It's tough for these kids. It's tough for my team. But down this road, it's been a program in the making, and now here we are in our fourth year with these seniors that have been here now going into their third NCAA tournament game, and get that kind of seeding was shocking to me. And but the committee doesn't have to answer to anybody. They just don't have to answer to anybody. That's them. They do what they want when they want. I know on the men's side there's been a bunch of uproar over the same type of thing from all the people that feel like they didn't get what they wanted. And again, the committee does what the committee does, man, and we just got to roll with it. And we're out here to play.
Sean Gigi, News 10 Sports. Coach, even though you say, you don't necessarily agree with the seating and it kind of sucks being there, I assume it goes without saying, you're here and you're not backing down to anyone regardless of whatever your seat is.
Oh, absolutely. That's the way we go into every game, and in this situation again, we're here and we're ready to play. I said, hey, there's a lot of teams sitting at home wishing they were in our position, and that's the way we look at it is, one of the top 64 teams in the country right now, and we're going to go out and we're going to represent the University of Idaho and the Vandals, and we're going to fight. We're going to fight like dogs, man, to get out and play our hearts and not leave anything in that locker room. We're going to come out and we're going to battle.
Coach, like you've said, 3 out of the last 4 years, how special is that for this group of seniors and, that experience moving forward to sell your program?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge for us and everything that we built at Idaho from ground zero to where we are now 3 out of the last 4 times, and a huge part to those seniors that were sitting right here and a couple people that the people that came before them as well, and now the freshmen adding to it. So what a great accomplishment. It's a unique thing. I mean, it's not unique for like the Baylors and the UConns of the world, I understand that, but for mid-major programs to go 3 out of 4 years to the NCAA tournament, I mean, that's what you're doing, and that's winning championships is huge for our team and going through that and for our program. So a unique experience. There's a lot of people that have never even been to the NCAA tournament, and this class is going 3 out of 4 times. That's pretty special.
Coach Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. I noticed you had quite an Australian connection there, pipeline. Christy Wallace plays for Baylor, number 4. If you knew of her, and what do you see from her game?
Oh yeah, I love Christy Wallace. I saw her play multiple times down under. I tried to recruit her. She didn't call me back. I'm not sure why. But no, man, she's a great player. Like I said, I knew big time when I saw her play down there. Great shooter, slasher, very athletic kid, very smart, heady basketball player. I think she's a heck of a player for sure. And like I said, I've seen her when she was even younger than she is now, and I knew she'd be special coming when she got to the States.
Any more questions for Coach? All right. Oh, one more.
Coach, they've obviously got a lot of size inside. Can you talk about that matchup and just, how you try to defend and go against it on offense?
Man, I know they're huge. They're huge starting, and they keep bringing huge off the bench and huge behind that. They're stocked inside. But, we're just going to have to battle. I mean, we haven't had a size advantage pretty much on any team this year. And that's the good news for our team is we're used to seeing big people inside and having to play against them. So, we'll try some different sets. We'll try some things. But, we're going to, ultimately it comes down to we're going to have to be physical, and we're going to have to block out because they rebound like crazy. I mean, they are huge and athletic, There's a reason they're 33-1 and where they are. I think they're the second best team in the country, to be honest with you. And that's a couple of my friends in the Big 12 that coach. They told me the same thing when they called me and said, well, you just drew the second best team in the country. And I said, yeah, thanks. Appreciate you guys for making me sleep better tonight. But that's it, man. They're big, and we're just gonna have to get in and again, I use the term battle. We're just gonna have to battle with them.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys.